Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Hi everyone, welcome to Dharma Earth's Dose of Dharma, and this is your Dose of Dharma for today. So, we will go to the last one, about the 4 factors of sustaining relationships, which was told in relation to the blessings on maintaining wives and children, okay? So the last one, impartiality. What does it mean, impartiality? Basically, it means that you're not just a good weather friend, or a good weather husband or good weather wife. You guys can guess what it means already, right? It means your attitude towards your friends are the same, no matter whether they are in a good condition or whether they are in a tough condition, no matter whether they are rich or no matter whether they are poor, no matter whether they are in a happy state or whether they are in a suffering state, okay? Sitting, living together, eating together with them, no matter happiness or suffering. I guess this is a very, very important factor when we are in a relationships, no matter whether it's a friend or whether it's between spouse, right? Generally, a relationship that can withstand the test of conditions will be more stable. So what are the conditions? Very easy. One is when all is well and you guys are making money, everything is good, life is good, things are going smoothly, work is great, relationships are great, your boss is giving you, I don't know how many % of the shares of the company, and everyone is good with you, friendly with you, right? And your health is in tip-top condition, you wake up feeling like a lion every morning. Okay, then, and people are maintaining this relationship with you, or you are maintaining relationship with somebody like this, with a good friend, with a best friend, when he's like this. This is, one part of relationships, right? Then there is the tough parts. Times are tough, recession is coming, he or she doesn't earn as much money as before, maybe you're on your last paycheck and you don't have a paycheck the next month, and your spouse is quarreling with you every day. It is at that time when relationships are tested. So, no matter you or your friend, if we want to practice impartiality, right? So, no matter your friend is in good times or in bad times, our mind towards them, our kind intentions towards them is still the same. Then we can be said to be practicing impartiality, right? And also sometimes, when things are just like normal, it's like you guys have been husband and wife for like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, then things start to get bored, right? Start to get bored and becomes like machine, your life becomes like a machine. Every day is the same routine. You don't find passion in life anymore. You don't find passion in your relationships anymore. It's not so sad, but it's not so good either. It's like plain water, right? So it is also at this time when we need to try to maintain our love and concern and tender loving care to whether it is your spouse or to your friends or to whatever the other party is. We need to maintain that relationship. We need to practice impartiality in this kind of situation. So how do we do that? Bring up some good things that you have done in the past, then try to know more about the person, or try to be more forgiving and more loving towards the other party's bad qualities. There will be room for improvement, or you guys can try to do something that is really, really beneficial to both parties, And even if those things doesn't work out, your good intentions towards that person, your kindness, your love towards that person doesn't change, or at least you try to know that the feeling is not there, but the intention is there. And with that intention, because feelings are impermanent, right? Some days you wake up feeling like a lion, some days you wake up feeling like a loser, some days you wake up feeling like everything is just like plain water, right? So feelings are very, very impermanent. So if you build your relationships just based purely on feelings, I'm not saying that you can't base it on feelings, but if you base it only on feelings, then your life will be a roller coaster. Isn't that so? When your feeling is good, you feel great about the other person. When the feeling is bad, you just want to bash up that person. When you feel like playing water, then you say that life is boring. You have lost your passion for life. You lost your passion for your spouse. You lost your passion for your friends. Then isn't that, oh my gosh, what kind of a relationship is that? Is that really stable friendship? No, right? When Buddha talks about this impartiality, I believe that when we want to live out impartiality and we want to know whether a friendship, a relationship is stable, it has to go through the good periods, the good, the bad, and the plain. Not the ugly, alright? The plain. The plain means like everything's become so routine. Like that. Then if after going through these stages, your kind intentions towards that person, your care, your love towards that person, it's not a matter of feeling anymore, but it's a matter of it's love. A very more refined kind of love that is not so conditioned upon feeling, but it's really conditioned upon love for the other party. Then when you can do that, and the other party is able to do that to you too, then that relationship will really be very stable, because it's not so conditioned by those changeable phenomena anymore, right? So when we build up relationships and you want to make it sustain, so try to see and learn how to go through these stages of the relationship. When times are tough, then it's time to really sit down and remember each other's good qualities. And remember that relationship is not about right or wrong, alright? Relationships is about loving and understanding, forgiving, and try to have a better answer for both of you or for all parties. Alright? So when we can do this, we can transcend, even though we think the other person is wrong. But you see, views can be very subjective. What is right to maybe an American may not be right to an Asian. What is the right way to do to an Asian may not be the right way to an American or somebody from the West, because of different cultures. Like even in Asia, the way that the Chinese do things are different from the way the Sri Lankan people do things. And the way that the Sri Lankan people do things are different from the way that, the Malays or the Indians do things. And that is just different ethics. But within that ethics, even within Chinese, you have people who do things in different ways, right? So when we understand and really think about this diversity of views and diversity of opinions, I think in order to have good relationships with different people with different ideas and different opinions, I think a very important thing is, mutual respect. Let people test out their views. Let them have their right to have their views, even though you may think that this view is harmful to them. But, we can suggest to them, but you cannot really control 100% how people think, how people feel, and how people speak. This is just not possible. We can only act as somebody who hopefully our suggestions and the way we portray ourselves or some ideas that we propose is able to influence them into knowing that, hey, that is not so right. Hey, that will bring you harm. That will bring you suffering. So if you want happiness, do it the other way. Don't do it this way. I think that would be more relaxed for both parties, and there will be a level of respect for the other party. And a lot of people in this world, they say that you should respect me, but a lot of us do not think that, are you worthy of respect? Is your body reaction, is your speech, is what you think worthy of others' respect? If it is, then good. If it is not, then don't complain. It's natural that if your actions, if your speech and your intentions, if they are not worthy of respect, then how do people respect you, right? And we don't expect everyone to really know you from day one, right? We have to have some time, some period of interaction and communication and get to know each other. before people, will start to respect you. So I find that some people, they're saying that, oh, they should respect me, but we should first see ourselves whether are we worthy of respect. If you are worthy of respect, naturally you will not expect that people will respect you. Why? Because you yourself know that your actions, your speech, your intentions are respectable, and there will be phenomenon where people will respect you, and there will be a phenomenon where people don't respect you. Doesn't matter to you anymore. Your actions, your speech, and your intentions, they portray who you are as a person. And especially now we are talking about like Buddhism. So if we are trying to be good, trying to be kind, trying to always do wholesome deeds, trying to say wholesome speech, and trying to think wholesomely, then naturally, when all this wholesomeness manifests into a momentum and it's really part of your values and character, then definitely you don't need people to respect you because you know that you are respectable yourself. Isn't that so? Alright? So somebody who behaves and talks and thinks in respectable ways, in wholesome ways, naturally people will respect them. I mean, generally, of course. You cannot expect 100%. But they themselves will know that even if people don't respect them, it's not that because they're not respectable. Well, people just have different views. Right? It's a natural phenomenon. But how people feel about you doesn't undermine who you really are, right? Yeah, that's it. So, coming back to this impartiality, if we want to maintain relationships with people, then we should not try to be just a good weather friend. That means only when it's good weather we are friends. When they are bad weather, when they're in a bad condition, say bye-bye. Not like that. We are friends no matter the weather. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, or whether it's plain normal. Alright? So this is how we practice impartiality. And hopefully this sharing will be beneficial to all of you. And I wish all of you to be able to practice these 4 kinds of methods, 4 factors for sustaining and developing relationships: giving, pleasant speech, beneficial conduct, and impartiality. And hopefully this talk will bring up good relationships in all of you. And wish all of you to be well, peaceful, and happy. And may the Triple Gem bless all of us to be able to attain path, fruition, and nibbana as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.